Hi, welcome to the F1 Time Portal, a Formula One history podcast by a couple of friends that love Formula One. I'm your host, Rosa.
And I'm your Microsoft/Altair 8800 host, Luigi. And today we are rating drivers from 1975 for our special series of Time Portal Championship Part 2. So let's go.
And we have David here. Hi, David. You're back.
Hi, how are you? Yes, ready to to jump straight into stage 2 of this 75 season.
Yes, race 5, the Monaco race, a very interesting one, but I'll quickly explain.
Hang on. Yeah, before we go, you picked the most convoluted convention.
And I tripped up on the last opening, tripped up badly. and I was reading this, I was thinking, how am I going to say this and not trip up? But I got through it. Except for the laughter. So the Altair 8800, this is 75, was the first personal computer kit available for home use, and Microsoft was founded to write the software for this computer. So they were both founded in 75 to work together. And much like the cans of 75, we wouldn't even be recording this podcast with what we've got if it wasn't for that happened all those years ago.
Right.
So this is well before the Commodore 64 came to our lounge rooms.
Yes, that was probably the cheap thing. That was mass market early 80s, but this is 75. I don't even know what the Altair 8800 looks like, but I'm sure it's just a box
I reckon
that you plug into your TV. Probably plug into a TV.
I reckon it would have been the size of a whole room.
No, I'm looking it up now.
It would be pretty big, I would say.
It would have been big.
Okay, I said it was a box. It's a box.
Okay.
How big is the box?
And
it looks like the size of, I'd call it, looks like maybe two shoe boxes.
Oh, okay.
It's not a very pretty box, but it does look pretty cool. It's got lots of lights. I'll give it that.
Okay. All right. Let's get on to
bling
Monaco.
Factor.
Okay. So at the Monaco race 5 of 14. So after the chaotic and tragic Spanish Grand Prix, the race on the streets of Monaco was next, and Lauda took pole ahead of the shadow of Price, with Price's teammate Jarier in third. So this is the shadows are right up there. One of Jarier will get points now. So rain before the race meant it was started on a damp track. Lauda took off into the lead, and Jarier climbed up to second but crashed on the first lap. That's too much for me. Anyway, Peterson was up to second with Price third. Price spun off after 20 laps, giving third to Scheckter. The field soon pitted for dry weather tyres, and this shuffled up the order, with Scheckter dropping back after pitting too late. Fittipaldi was up to second behind Lauda, and Pache jumped up to third. That's pretty much how it stayed, with Lauda winning the race, Fittipaldi second, and Pache third. So over to you, David.
Okay. In my third place, I've put Fittipaldi in third. Really good, consistent second place up behind Lauda for the two Ferraris. I think that was really good performance there with the changing conditions. In my second place, I've put Ferrari, my first team nomination.
Yes, we're all waiting for this moment. This might be the first of many, I think, for this season. If you remember to do it.
Yeah. I think, the 312T Ferrari has found its groove now, and with a 1-2 finish is very, very convincing and very dominating. And in first place, I've put Lauda. He controlled the race very well. With his oil pressure was dropping towards the end, and he managed to still be competitive and hold on to first from Fittipaldi. So, outstanding performance by Lauda.
Okay, and in just 10 seconds, David, can you describe what does dropping oil pressure do to an engine?
With that, oil pressure allows the parts inside the engine to lubricate. So without the proper lubrication inside the engine and then at the right pressure, the engine's just going to seize. It's just not going to operate. So somehow, perhaps the pistons were wearing and oil was bleeding through the piston and out through the exhaust. That's usually how oil pressure drops, when the rings on the pistons start to go. So without it holding its own oil, it's just going to lose it and lose pressure, and the engine will just eventually seize and blow up.
Wow. Okay. Good to have that understanding, isn't it? So, okay. But I was fine with those picks. So I had
me too.
I had Price in third. Why did I have 2 thirds? What have I done something wrong here? Oh no, that's right, 2 second places. Okay,
Yeah,
I had
2
Price.
seconds.
Yeah, I had Price on his own in third for being in the shadow, second on the grid. Where did he finish in the race? I'm trying to remember. He was obviously up there enough for me to notice him to give him third.
Price finished in, Luigi. He retired on lap 39 of 75.
Okay, so
hang
anyway.
on. Is this Monaco? Yeah.
Yeah, Monaco. Yeah. Okay, so let's just move on. I had so in equal second place, I had 2 drivers. I had Pache, great drive to claim third place in that Brabham, and Rosa and I talk about in the race review, David, that that those 2 Brabham drivers are sort of battling to be number 1, and we felt Pache had the pace over Reutemann, but I also had Fittipaldi in second for just a strong drive to take second place. And lastly, I had Lauda for the win, a pole, strong drive to the win, knowing he had that car issue. He probably didn't know what it was, or knowing him, he probably did know it was an oil pressure thing. He smartly backed off, waiting for the 2-hour rule. So it's just a smart way of driving because he had a lead. He let it reduce, but just enough to not stress that engine, perhaps. So good on him.
That's right.
Was that this race, Louis, that he okay.
He had 2 races in a row where he was nursing a car. And I think it's this one and the next one. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Good shout out. Yep. Price is a bit weird, but anyway. Okay. I had Fittipaldi third. Great drive from 9th to 2nd, similar to what you said. I also went for a bit of a team shout, but I chose the Shadow team.
What?
Like that they're fielding a great car. They've been qualifying
they're up
so
there
well.
every race. Yeah.
And every race, I just thought they fielded a great car. And I have had a little bit of a pity about the drivers because both of them made silly mistakes in this one, I think.
Okay, I was wondering about that because I was going to say these drivers are good drivers, but drivers can have a bad race. And I wasn't sure if you were doing an overall view or this race view.
No, not overall. I think for this race, they both made silly mistakes and were out. But, Shadow's fielding a great car. What would you say the equivalent of a Shadow is, Luigi?
Yeah, I think I called them. Did I call them a Haas? Oh no, the Haas was the
Haas
Hill
was
and the Surtees. This is better than that. So it should be what Alpine should be.
Well, Alpine, yeah.
Alpine are like worse than everyone in 25.
That's right. And Lauda in the top spot. He just dominant and smart, really smart. Now that I know that he did that in this race, I think that's a good pick for me to put him first. All right.
Okay. No comments.
Well,
all good.
Okay. So we still have Fittipaldi first on 47. Jarriere is second on 34. He's still holding on to second.
He's still up there. If he decides to turn it on, he could win this.
That's right. Pache's on third on 29. Mas is fourth on 28. And I just want to say Lauda is sixth, only on 24 points. Just saying.
Yeah. Nearly half
all
the
right.
points of Fittipaldi.
Yes.
Yeah. And we know who wins, so it's like, surprise. So, yeah.
And at this point, Fittipaldi is leading the championship by 21 over Pache.
Yeah. And don't forget, Fittipaldi has entered one less race.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Okay, so we're in Belgium next for the 6th race of the season. Lauda was on pole with Pache with him on the front row and Brambilla in the March, a surprising third. It was Pache who got the better of Lauda at the start to lead into the first corner. Pache was leading from Lauda and Brambilla at the end of the first lap, but Brambilla was on the move and shocked everyone by overtaking both the front row starters to lead. This spurred Lauda into action, and after almost immediately passing Pache, he took the lead from Brambilla on the 6th lap. Scheckter was also on the move and was up to second after passing Brambilla on lap 9. Brambilla held third until he was forced to pit with tyre troubles. Lauda won, becoming the first driver to take 2 wins this season, with Scheckter second and Reutemann third.
Yes, the first 5 races were won by 5 different drivers up to this point.
Oh, yeah.
All right, David?
Yep. Okay, my third place, I've put Reutemann in third place. A great finish, and to keep in mind, he qualified outside of the top 4. I wasn't sure exactly where he qualified, but I know it was outside of the top 4.
Yeah, 6th.
For him. 6, yeah. So to come from 6, it's pretty good. I've got Scheckter just coming up and finishing second. I thought that deserves an outright second place, regardless of
he
what
qualified
most
9th.
others were doing.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah. And Lauda, I've put him first. Just interesting to note that he was overtaken after coming from pole, but then he decided, after Brambilla, overtook him, that okay, maybe I better start, putting some good laps down, and just turns it on and just overtakes him like nothing. So outstanding. And he did have an exhaust manifold crack towards the end.
Yes.
And he was still able to nurse it and hold on to that lead. So yeah, he's a great mechanical understanding of his car to get the best out of it and to look after it. So yeah, first place.
Okay, good picks. So
yeah,
I've got.
But hang on, I was going to say
challenge something. Yeah.
I was going to say you left out Brambilla.
Yeah,
no love for him. No love for him, David.
He's Italian.
Well, he's in the march.
Yeah. I overlooked his performance and noted these other ones. He may have been able to get third in my books, but yeah, I think Reutemann just pipped him. Yeah.
Yeah, he took that march where it shouldn't have been. And I'll tell you a bit more about Brambilla. I should have mentioned this in the race review, but I forgot. But now I'm going to make amends here. But for third, I had Scheckter. Solid second place. Good to see him come back onto the podium. He's been up there all season, really, in what is not a dominant Tyrrell. And let's not forget, Tyrrell had its last championship win in 73 not that long ago. So they've sort of fallen off a little bit, but, he's doing well to outperform the car lately. I actually had Brambilla in second. He took the lead and he was in the top few for most of the race until he had his issues. And this is the opportunity. I'll flag what Brambilla's nickname is. His nickname was the Monza Gorilla. I think because Brambilla, Gorilla.
Brambilla. Yeah.
I wonder how they must say gorilla the same in Italian as they do in English. Because Brambilla Gorilla, right? It sort of rhymes. Yeah. It must be the same. So can you check your respective Italian heritage, people, and see how you say gorilla in Italian? And he was known for his aggressive driving style, particularly at Monza. So that's why he was known as the Monza Gorilla. So, and he was also known for a rather unusual handshake, which is off track a little bit, which was described as crushing by the late F1 Dr. Sid Watkins. So, yeah, there you go.
Yes, you're right, Louis. The Italian word for gorilla is gorilla.
But how is it said? Probably the same way you say Brambilla, the last part of Brambilla is the last way you say gorilla.
It's just gorilla in a Italian accent. Yeah.
Brambilla, gorilla. Okay. And the first I had Lauda. Pole, strong recovery. Like he had a bit of an average start, but he retook the lead. And it sounds like he was measured in how he did it. He didn't desperately freak out, someone's in the lead, that's not me. He took, I think it was lap 6 or something, and then he took the lead and just went on to win. So, but something's brewing with Brambilla. We all know it's coming, right?
Yes.
Because if you listen to the race review things, that's why I was talking about Brambilla a bit more now.
Yeah, I gave Brambilla my third spot as well. And I've said in my notes.
I gave him second.
Yeah, you gave him second. Oh, sorry.
I'm a better Brambilla fan than you.
I've said, you just get mesmerized by these amazing results. I've said the qualifying, the start, the overtake, all in a march, but the tyre then ruined it. He could have held on to third, I think. So again, Louis, and I've taken your notes on board. In this situation, I went, well, he was forced to pit with tyre troubles. Again, is that because he chose the wrong compound? Is it because he overdrove it? So I've given him third instead of a bit higher. I've put Scheckter second, great drive from 9th to second. And Lauda just saw off the challenges and won by 19 seconds in the end. So that's a very convincing win given that he was overtaken on the first lap there. All right. So we have a new leader in the TP Championship. We got Lauda first on 48, Fittipaldi second on 47, Scheckter third on 40, and Jarier is slipping down. He's fourth on 34 points.
Gee, we just moved Lauda. We doubled his score in one round. He went from nowhere. It's like a draw. It's like if that happened in real Formula One, it's like whoever's about 8th in the championship suddenly is first. Next race. Now, was I doing the odd numbers, Rosa? I
Yes,
am, aren't
yes,
I?
you
Okay.
are.
So we're up to race 7, the Swedish Grand Prix. So in Sweden, it was Brambilla who took his first career pole, with Depailler second and Jarier third on the grid. The order was unchanged at the start, with Brambilla leading, but Reutemann was up to third after 3 laps. Brambilla continued to lead, whereas second place Depailler dropped out of contention with brake problems. Reutemann was now up to second and now took the lead from Brambilla. Brambilla had to pit for new tyres, obviously learning from the last race maybe, and almost immediately after he got past. Jarier ran second at this point, but then his engine blew, and this gave the position to Pache until he spun off and retired. So a lot of retirements of anyone who got into the podium sort of positions. Lauda was now second, and towards the end of the race, Reutemann began to suffer from oversteer, allowing Lauda to take the lead with 10 laps to go. Lauda went on to win, with Reutemann second and Regazzoni completing the podium. Lots going on in that race.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So yeah, Brambilla once again needing to pit for tyres. He must be a very demanding tyre person. hard on his tyres. Yeah, so I'll do my picks. In my third place, I've got Brambilla. It's his first pole, and he beat all the championship contenders to get that pole position. So I feel that's very well done against all the other tough contenders. In second place, I put Reutemann. He challenged Lauda. He was the only one who could challenge Lauda for the second half of the race. And Lauda just dominating. I've put him in first. Just an outstanding package with Ferrari and Lauda, able to turn it on and be untouchable. And yeah, I feel
okay.
that it's
I think
good to see Depailler get second and Jarier on third when they for qualifying, but ultimately not able to follow through.
Yeah. Okay. I got no comments to make on that. Shall I go? So I've got third place Brambilla. So he got pole and he had the lead of the race until his car let him down. And he did get to lap 37 out of 80, which is 46.25% of the race. So that's quite a good amount of the race, you know. It wasn't like he retired on lap 1 or 2 is what I'm trying to say.
Or not start at all.
Yeah. And get the win. I had 2 drivers in second place, similar to I think what David was talking about. Reutemann, solid podium, reliable up there. And Regazzoni battling back to get back up to third place. And first place was Lauda. Just a strong win. Even from fifth on the grid, it was a very measured situation. And obviously, you know, taking on, he had some drivers around him that he probably wasn't used to having around, like Brambilla, you know, and he knows how aggressive Brambilla can be with his handshake and stuff. So he had to be careful. And he won the race. So well done, Lauda.
So I didn't know you could have 2 places in one position.
You can split your positions.
Okay.
You can equal. You can put. Well, Luigi creates extra placings.
Yes, Luigi
by
creates
giving people 4 and 1 and 5 and 3.
Well, Rosa's done it too. FYI, just saying. It's coming.
Okay, this is new to me.
My second, I've split my second. So I've given Reutemann third place. I think it was a good solid drive and podium from him. So he gets 4 points. I did want to recognise Brambilla and Jarier. So I've split my second place and given them 3 points each. So technically Reutemann gets more points, but I've given Jarier 3 points. He qualified third. And then engine issues on lap 38 of a what lap race?
80 lap race. So I think that would be 47 point something percent.
I think he would have been on the podium. Maybe I'm romanticising the Shadow. I do like the idea of this Shadow team doing well. But good qualification again. I did contemplate giving it to Shadow again, but I thought, no, you know what? The driver actually did well in this race. It wasn't his fault that his engine blew up. Brambilla, I also gave him 3 points. I think he got the pole in a March. He led and then he had car issues. I think he deserved better in this race, but he is threatening, isn't he? He's threatening in that March to do something big. and Lauda. Good win, overcoming a bad grid position. I think he was 5th here. So, yeah, that's mine.
Okay.
All right. So I've given Jarier some more points, but he's still 5th. So he's on 37. Lauda's stretched his lead. He's on 72 now, and Fittipaldi's on 47. Scheckter is 3rd on 40, and Reutemann is 4th on 39. Yeah, and in the real championship, Lauda's on 32, 10 points ahead of Reutemann. So,
yeah. And I'm just double checking something because so he has gone, Lauda's tripled his score in 2 races. He went from 24 to 48 to 72, which is like the hours of a day. You know what I mean?
Yes, he has. Yes.
So, yeah, Fittipaldi would be shocked that he's like way behind suddenly. Just 2 races, he has a bit of a nap and he's like way behind. So, yeah.
It's interesting team name, Shadow. Does anyone know how the name came to be, the team name Shadow?
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
Yeah,
I'll
give you the 10-second version, but we talk about it a lot in the race review.
Okay.
It's a guy who's obviously wealthy, but he's got a history of being a spy and stuff, and a lot of spy work is done in the shadows, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was initially called Advanced Vehicle Systems, AVS, when it was founded in 1968 by Don Nichols.
Yes. Yeah, Don Nichols is and he must have changed it to a cooler name.
Yeah, just wondering how they get from that to the shadows, but yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah.
The PR people got hold of it. The marketing people.
That's boring. That AVM. What did you say? AV something?
AVF. Yeah.
AVF. Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah. And there's a team in the 80s that comes into Formula One called ATS. They ignored the advice of a cool name and they stuck with ATS. and do we remember them? No.
No. All right. Are we going to go on to the Dutch Grand Prix now? That's the race 8 of the season. Pole went to Lauda as usual, with teammate Regazzoni alongside and Hans Hesketh in 3rd. The race started on a damp track and Lauda took the lead with Scheckter up to 2nd ahead of Regazzoni. The order was unchanged until the drivers had to pit for dry tyres. Hunt and Jarier pitted early and their gamble paid off as they were 1st and 2nd, with Lauda, Scheckter and Regazzoni 3rd, 4th and 5th. Lauda passed Jarier for 2nd midway through the race and started closing on Hunt. Jarier almost immediately retired with a tyre failure, and Scheckter, who inherited 3rd, had his engine blow up with just 12 laps to go. Hunt held off Lauda to take his first career win, with Regazzoni completing the podium. Over to you, David.
Okay. In my 3rd place, I've got Scheckter. He had an unfortunate engine blowout, and he was 3rd when it happened. So I feel, he would have finished 3rd had he not blown up. Sorry, he was 2nd. Was he 2nd when he blew? He inherited.
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh, he inherited 3rd. After Jarier had his tyre failure. Yep. So I feel sorry for him that his engine blew up. In my 2nd place, I've got Lauda. He's the informed car and driver, and he did try to challenge Hunt, but I guess with Hunt pitting earlier for dry tyres, gave him that advantage that Lauda just couldn't drag back. And in my 1st place, I've got Hunt for that reason, for pitting for dry tyres and outdoing Lauda, and just showing his raw talent in skady conditions to be able to keep the car competitive and to get it to the end. Yeah, I feel that's a pretty good drive and his first win. That's my picks there.
And the only comment I have is more sort of the way you've delivered it. So what I mean by that is, like, I'll use the Hunt example. Did well to pit for dry tyres, like, he was a bit lucky, and then outdid Lauda. It should be the other way around. Outdid Lauda and smartly chose a better time to do tyre change. You sort of, like, I'd say you were skating on the edge of 45% saying he was a bit lucky with the tyre change timing. He's in a car that's nowhere near as good as that Ferrari, and I think you're underplaying how big a deal that was. So that's my. You didn't say it. It was the unsaid and the order in which you said things.
Okay.
Rosa's shaking
Well,
her
I did-
head.
My God.
I did say
I'm
he did
shaking
well
my
to pit
head.
for dry tyres ahead of Lauda,
Yeah, you did.
and then
David.
held the car together
Right.
in the skaty conditions.
Not good enough.
And obviously, Lauda was being
Oh
more
my
careful and
God.
waiting. And Hunt did the right thing by giving it a chance, throwing caution to the wind, and going for it, and that paid off for him.
Yes. That's what I took out of your summary.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I think there's just a little bit of Ferrari stuff going on. That's all I'm saying. So yeah.
I gave first
You
points to
gave
Hunt.
Hunt first.
That's not a Ferrari.
Exactly.
Let me just check the document history. That's right. I can see you did Lauda's thing first, and then you did Hunt's. Oh, I see you copy pasted and moved them a few times.
I
No.
think you're just distracting from your crazy third pick. Which
No, that's a good.
This will be
pick.
interesting.
See now.
It's a good.
Okay,
pick.
this will be interesting.
Yeah, so I gave third place to Hunt Lauda rivalry. So this was a major. The
So
duel
who's it going
between-
to?
It's them. Like you gave a team thing, and I didn't complain.
Okay, my
Who's
next
that going
tips will
to?
be
Who's that
my
going
next
to?
tips. My next tips will be a 3-way tie in a position, and then the next one will be a 4-way tie of
That's right.
of who
Exactly.
I feel equally should points.
Okay. So I gave them their third place because it was a 25-minute duel. And while they already did have a rivalry prior to this, this was the first time it was on track with F1 for the lead of a race. So it's all on the line. It's a big deal. And obviously Lauda was the informed driver, and Hunt took it to him and beat him on the day in a car that's very much a lower level car than that Ferrari. Lauda I gave second. Strong drive to come back to second, and what seemed like non-ideal pit stop timing. I don't quite know if that was Lauda's call or Ferrari's call. It's a bit, they don't really go into that much detail, do they, Rosa? They just say so-and-so
No.
lapped on this day,
Yep.
like lap, you know? And Hunt, I gave the win. I don't know how you could give it to anyone else. The main reasons are Hesketh is in a team that's pretty much, what did I call, was it Hesketh the team you asked me about before?
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes,
like what
I did.
Alpine should be in 25, but they're not.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe like a 5th ranked team at best out of 10. But in those days, there were more teams. And again, beating an informed Lauda was pretty special, and really clever defensive driving with back markers to help him win the race. And of course, took a major tyre risk, and it paid off. So good on him for that.
Okay, I'd like to ask a question.
Yeah, you go first, David.
With relation to podium finishes, has there ever been a podium finish where two people have shared the same step?
A few times, actually. Yeah.
There has, yeah.
Has there?
They've shared the same step.
They've been controversial.
So second place had two people, first place had one person, third place had one person on the step. Has that ever happened?
Well, Rosa did two people in the last race before, just like I did, just so
hey,
you know.
defend your own actions. Don't just bring me into it as your defence.
And in any other sport, has that happened as well? I'm not sure.
Well,
Sometimes in the Olympics, people share medals, don't they?
Yes,
I've seen that
I
happen.
think so, yeah.
there you go. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
but
see,
not in
now
Formula
I've
1.
just defended Luigi. What the hell?
But motor racing is different, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it in motor racing, Louis.
Oh, I think when I think there was that race a long time ago. It was a very awkward race. I think the race where Schumacher won, but Barrichello handed it to him at team's instructions order.
Oh,
And it was early. It was early in the season, and
Right.
Shoemaker gesticulated to Barrichello, "Come on up," and
Yeah,
Barrichello
okay.
didn't really want to go on up on the top podium.
Right.
He just felt
Okay.
he wasn't in the
Yeah.
best space. I'm
No.
imagining.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I wouldn't say it's
okay.
been done officially. It's been done sort of
Okay.
unofficially.
He probably felt a little bit like it was a bit of condescending as well to be called up like that. But anyway, yep, we're just going to keep going because we've got a time limit on this thing. I chose Scheckter in my third spot. I think mine are exactly the same as yours, David. Yeah, they are. So mine, I reckon he should have finished third. It was a shame his engine blew up with just 12 laps to go. I had Lauda in second. He got pole, and I think he had to fight to keep second spot or to get to second spot. So I thought that was good driving. And Hunt, I've said ballsy and quick. Good combo for a win. Do you like that delivery there, Luigi?
That was a good delivery. It seemed very happy. It felt uplifting. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, David learned.
Okay. So after what race are we up to? 8. After 8 races, we've got Lauda on 90 points, Scheckter on 48, Fittipaldi on 47, and Hunt on 40. Reutemann is on 39.
Yeah, he sort of snuck in there, didn't he? He got ahead of Jarier, who's not going to get many more, I suspect. So we're up to the French Grand Prix, the race 9 of 14. So Lauda was on pole ahead of Scheckter and Hunt. The top 3 maintained their starting positions into the first corner. And in the early laps, Regazzoni was on a charge and actually got up to second on the 6th lap, but his engine blew up and he had to retire. Scheckter soon faded away, giving Hunt second place. And that was pretty much how it ended, with Lauda winning to take a large championship lead. Hunt finished second and Mass a fast-charging third. Both Hunt and Mass were catching Lauda at a dramatic rate towards the end, with the lead dropping from 5 seconds to about 1.5 seconds at race end. Do you remember why Lauda was being caught up, Rosa? I've sort of forgotten, but I remember, was that a car issue?
I'm going to look it up. No, I don't remember.
There was a reason. It's not normal for Lauda to run it that fine, but I recall there was some reasons that was a little bit unusual about it.
It says on the last corner, Lauda slid offline but held on to win by 1.6 seconds. So maybe his tyres were going off a bit by this stage and he just slid. Although all the cars are sliding around corners in this, if you watch it.
Yeah, there are lots of power slides. Yeah.
There's lots of power slides. So, he did have a good lap. He did have a good gap, but he slid offline, so he only won by 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
And Lauda also had the flu that weekend. He had the flu that weekend. That's right.
He had the flu, yes.
But I bet you don't know if Hunt had anything, right? I'm joking.
No, I didn't ask him. He seemed okay. Okay, so my picks. I've got Mass as third. Great fight from where he started, and he did come up and finish third, so I felt that was pretty good. Hunt getting the best out of his car and taking advantage of Lauda not being well with his flu. So I think he did well to capitalise on that, but still not good enough to outdo Lauda. So I've got Lauda in first, another solid race. And having the flu, did well to bring it all together for the race and get it over the line.
Okay. Yeah, no comments from me. Rosa.
Good delivery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Very positive.
So I had Hunt in third, a strong drive to hold on to second from the faster Mass, and also win them second. A great result for him and Hesketh.
I think it meant
win from the previous race and second place. That's what I meant. Yeah. So really, he's ready. It's his turn to have the purple patch. Mass was second. He came third, but could have won if he had just got past Hunt at the end. So Hunt was doing such a good job holding back the fast charging Mass that Mass would have won, I think, if that had been the case. Because obviously Lauda did not win by much. But his 5th pole of the year and win from the start. Yeah, he controlled the race. So good on Hunt. Good on Lauda, sorry.
Yeah, we've all got the same drivers. I've just got them in the same order as David. So I've put Mass third, 7th to 3rd. I've put Hunt second. So I gave him more than you did, Louis. So he's in the Hesketh. Like Mass is in a McLaren, isn't he?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. He did hold him up, he defended. He defended against him.
And also Hunt was catching Lauda at the same time. So he was not only defending and holding off Muss, but he was catching Lauda. So I thought that was, needing a bit more recognition. Yeah, and I gave Lauda first spot.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we have Lauda now on 114. Hunt is in second on 56. Scheckter is third on 48 and Fittipaldi is fourth on 47.
Interesting.
Right. We've got 5 races to do, Louis.
We can do it in the next episode.
And we'll finish it off in the next episode. Okay. See you, everyone.
Sounds good. Okay,
bye.
Bye.